You know, I had a lot of great ideas for my final psychology project. I was going to bring a cardboard cutout of Iron Man and do a whole psychoanalysis of that character. I even was like, maybe I'll buy a poster board and do a psychoanalysis on Trump instead. However, I'm running out of time, and instead I'm going to do the psychology of the number 3. I hope you enjoy. I started this project by asking a few people and a teacher what they thought of the number 3. I'll share the interesting and cute ones first before I go into the deeper ones with positive and negative associations.
Well, I think pyramids because, all the 3 angles, 3 something.
3 means something that's like an odd number, right? It's not orderly, it's just kind of like there's 3 of something. That's it,
When I think of the number 3, I think of the quote from Endgame, I love you 3000, because that quote makes me really happy.
So, obviously, the
Pyramids, 3 being an odd number, and Endgame aren't that deep to analyze.
Hello, don't actually listen to what I said. 3 being an odd number is extremely important, and I will talk about it in the video later, so just disregard what I just said.
So I'm going to start with Miss Duffy and what she said.
The number 3 to me means things like all good things happen in 3. Holy Trinity.
So when Miss Duffy says all good things come in 3, I think, third time's a charm. That's an interesting saying, good saying, popular saying that we all go by, sort of. But is it true? Does it only take 3 times to do something right? What do you think? And she also brings up the Holy Trinity. And if you're unaware of what that is, it's the Father, Son, Holy Spirit. And then therefore, spiritually, number 3 should be the perfect number. But now I'm going to show you guys what Justin said and what he thinks of the number 3.
I think the number 3 associates with 3rd place and how you can always do better.
Hi, sorry, while I was editing this I realized I didn't even talk about the psychology behind 3rd place. So,
basically,
3rd place is a really interesting thing because some people don't consider 3rd place as bad as 2nd place. Some people think 2nd place is like first loser, and it's like the worst thing ever to get 2nd place. So 3rd place is like kind of cool and like motivational to like do better, While like 3rd place is also like the last medal like typically that you get when you like compete and stuff, and that might either make someone feel really good or really bad about themselves. And I don't really know 100% sure how I feel about 3rd place. I'm definitely an overachiever and I don't like getting 3rd place, but at the same time it's like, hey, I got this 3rd place medal, I got this 3rd place, man, I should really try harder next time. So 3rd place is like a motivational number, but it's also could be kind of like, like it might hurt your self-esteem in the process of motivating you.
Now that we talked about 3rd place and the psychology behind that and how that might make someone feel or possibly motivate them, there might be some things about the number 3 that entirely, completely upset someone. And Lydia brings up a good point about that.
My friend groups tend to come in groups of 3, and most of them
stop because
on the 3rd wheel,
So as Lydia brought up, the number 3 can remind someone of 3rd wheeling. And when I think of 3rd wheeling, I think of, like boyfriend and girlfriend at prom together and then like their best friend is off to the side. Or even, a couple is together and then the girl gets a new dog and is like totally obsessed with the new dog and the boyfriend feels so like out of place and uncomfortable. And, that makes someone feel, kind of like uncomfortable and unincluded, and part of like Maslow's hierarchy of needs is feeling like you have a support system and have a great group of friends that like care for you and are there for you.
Hi, I just realized Maslow's hierarchy of needs is a pyramid with 3 sides and 3 angles. So maybe Little was on something.
And it's also like the Oedipus complex, where like a child grows up and yearns for their opposite sex parent, but like despises and is jealous and hates their same sex parents, because like unconsciously it seems like our brains prefer groups of 2, rather than groups of 3, because with 3 there's always like an odd one out. 3, as Lauren said earlier, is literally
Odd.
and it feels odd to be in groups of 3. And being the odd one out can be pretty lonely. And I even had someone I interviewed say,
3 is lonely.
so let's watch Austin's video really quick.
3 is lonely.
So not only is 3 lonely because it's an odd number, and it reminds people of third wheeling, people are also scared of the number 3. There are some people out there with phobias of the number 3, and I'm going to put some info about that right now. So the irrational fear of the number 3 can either be called trichophobia or triphobia. And basically people with this phobia tend to avoid situations where 3 is involved, so being in groups of 3, and they're also fearful of the 3 strikes you're out rule and like failing after like 3 times, which is really interesting and quite an irrational phobia, but also includes like superstitions and stuff.
So I don't really know how to conclude this video any other way, but bye.
3 is lonely. 3 is lonely. 3 is lonely.